Let me see. Yeah, I can record now.
All right.
Yeah, can I start?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Nari Adibambi. I'm from Optimite Group. Today, I'll be taking through my presentation, which is mentor skilled sprint documentation. So introduction, as a software tester on MentorScape projects, I'll be carrying out the testing of the MentorScape website to ensure that it's free of bugs, defects, and errors. This will be done by carrying out manual and automation testing before it gets to the end user. Sprint one. During the sprint one, we start from Scrum ceremony, whereby we set up the Azure DevOps account, and we go introduced to the Azure board during the Scrum ceremony. Then we did the sprint planning as well. Then during the sprint planning, we set up the sprint goals. So during the sprint goals is for the home page design, which consists of header design, logo design, main body, and footer design. So after we decide on the the goals, then we move on to the capacity planning and estimating on the Azure board, whereby the BA they present the acceptance criteria to the developer and to the QA, and we voted on the capacity and we decide on the estimating anyway on the capacity that we're going to be spending on each PBI. And afterward, as a QA, I started writing the test cases using the information from the acceptance criteria in BDD format in Microsoft Excel. Also, we did a definition of ready and definition of done as well during the sprint one. My artifact is showing the committed, the board, the Azure board that shows the committed and the done on PBI. This is an artifact for the estimating on the board. During the sprint one, I worked on the header design, whereby I wrote the test cases. From my test cases, I got my test from the acceptance criteria, which I wrote in BDD formats. So the artifact is showing the my test cases artifact anyway, is here. So when I was doing the testing, the header, when I was testing the header, it fails the test. And the artifact is showing that as well. It's showing that it's failed the test of the next artifacts. So I reported the error. So while reporting the error, I wrote the description of the error, and I put it back on the in QA, whereby the developer will pick it up and worked on it. Upon completion, I retested the PBI and it was passed. Then I moved to QA done. Then the BA will pick up and work and put it on UAT. Then they can test it again to confirm that the PBI passed the test. So during the sprint one, we always do daily stand-up, whereby we talk about what we are doing, the kind of impediment that we are facing as well during the daily stand-up. That usually happens every day. So at the end of the, what's it called? The sprint, we did retrospective, whereby during the retrospective, we talk about what can be improved and how the sprint went as well. That's what we discussed during the retrospective anyway. So this is my retrospective screen. So moving on to sprint 2. So I worked on the login page on the PBI. The artifact is showing the acceptance criteria that I used to write my my test cases. So this the verified login page. It was broken into 3 pages anyway, into 3 pages anyway. So this is page 1, which shows
1 minute more.
Action. Oh, that's great. Action and expected result. And this is the second page as well, 3rd page. So during the coming into sprint 3, we set up a tester account, which allows us to do more testing on the tester account. Sprint 3, we move on to automation, whereby we are introduced to Java, Maven, and IntelliJ on how to set up the IntelliJ on the system. Sprint 4, I worked on the profile settings. This is showing my artifact on the allocation of the work for myself. Acceptance criteria, that's artifact showing that. Here's my test cases in BDD format. And this is the PBR that shows that the PBR passed the testing. And yeah, move to UAT by the BA for testing. Tools is a Java, Maven.
Time up.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, next person.
Hello, good evening. My name is Samuel Ludwig J. This is my end of internship report. A quality assurance tester from Team Legend. This is my outline, the overview. This report outlines the experience and learnings acquired during my internship in quality assurance department. It covers a range of topics, including the understanding QA fundamentals, testing techniques, quality management processes, process improvement initiatives, communication, and collaboration. The internship journey is divided into sprints, each focusing on specific goals. Sprint 0 marks the inception, establishing collaboration frameworks, goal setting, and career development initiatives. Introduction. Testing is the activity that is performed to demonstrate that something is working as expected. We test to avoid software failure. System needs to be adequately tested, and the right sort of testing needs to be done as well. The psychology of testing, different people may be involved in total testing effort that may be drawn from a broad set of background. Some will be developers, some professional testers, and some will be specialists, such as just performance testing skills, or while others may be user drafted in to assist with the acceptance testing. The general testing principles are: testing shows the presence of bugs. Exhaustive testing is not possible. Early testing, defect clustering, a pesticide paradox. Testing is context dependent and on absence of various fallacy. The fundamental test processes: test planning and control, test analysis and design, test implementation and execution, evaluating exit criteria and reporting, test closure activities. Tools exposed to during testing, you have the Microsoft Excel, which is a spreadsheet program developed by Microsoft, widely used for organizing, analyzing, and visualizing data in various industries and settings. Azure DevOps is a collaborative tool offered by Microsoft. It provides a range of features for software development, including version control, agile planning, continuous integration and delivery, and more. Azure DevOps helps teams to plan, build, test, deploy, and monitor applications efficiency. Jira is also a popular project management and issue tracking tools developed by Atlassian. It's widely used by software development teams to plan, track, and manage their work. IntelliJ is an integrated development environment developed by JetBrains, widely used for Java development, but also supports many other programming languages, including Kotlin. IntelliJ provides a rich set of features such as code editing, debugging, version control integration, and advanced code analysis tools. It's known for its productivity enhancing features, intelligent coding completion, and extensive plugin ecosystem. Cypress is a popular open source test automation framework for web application. Cypress allows developers to write end-to-end tests using JavaScript and provides a comprehensive set of tools for testing web applications in a fast, reliable, and easy-to-use manner. Java is a widely used programming language, computing platform developed by Sun Microsystems, or is now owned by Oracle. It's known for its write once, run anywhere philosophy, which means that Java code can run on any device that supports Java without the need for recompilation. 6 phases of the software testing lifecycle. We have the requirement analysis, which is the first step in the software testing lifecycle. In this phase, software testers must understand the product requirement that needs testing. The testing planning, successfully fully document required insights into a test strategy. Teams can determine the testing time and cost in this step. The test case development.
1 minute left.
Or the test environment setup, the test execution, the test closure. In the sprint 1, this is the test case I write on the website logo. This is also the articles of the test case on contact us tab. This is also the test case on the landing page. In sprint 2, there is also the continuation of. So this is the test case on the home button, on privacy policy. So move to sprint 3, test case on personal details on mentor page. These are things I work on. So this is the environment after the setting up of the IntelliJ. This is for the inquiry step dev. This is for the POM 5 or sprint 4. It's also the continuation of what we have set it. So this is the terms and condition, the BDD, indeed, everything is in BDD format, of course. So this is Chatham sign up while I was
5 minutes.
This is the Chatham's profile where all the questions were answered. And this is where I was setting up my Jira, but this is the home page and Cypress installation during the process. Thanks for listening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ugochi Augusta Achomano. I'm a QA. This is a summary of my work that I did for the 3 months internship from Sprint 0 to Sprint 4 in Blue Sky Citadel. Sprint 0, we did onboarding, registration, rectification of payments, and the rest of them. Then in Sprint 1, we had introductory class where I was being introduced to who a tester is, the roles of a tester, skills of a tester, types of testing, where we have the manual testing, the automated testing, the skills of a tester must be observant, a tester must have eye to detect problems and also ability to solve problems. At the end of this sprint, I was able to represent my team in the sprint presentation demo. Then that brings me to the sprint 2. In sprint 2, an invitation was sent for Azure Devo, and access was granted to the board. On the board, I picked up some of the stories that was being written by the BAs, and I wrote some test cases on them, and I also carried out some manual testing using the environment, that is the Reticon website. And some of the stories I wrote were the landing page, the login buttons, and the home tab. And some of these stories, I detected some bugs in the sense that they were meant not to be functional or clickable, but they were functional and clickable. When I raised these bugs to the developer made me to understand that this is a work in progress, and in the next sprint, it was going to be functional and clickable. So it's just a minor bug, not a severe one. Then that took me at the end of the sprint 2, there was introduction to Java Melvin repository. We are asked to download, but I wasn't able to follow up in this process, in the sense that my laptop wasn't too good for me. Then I had to wait. Then on sprint 3, I was able to download my Java, IntelliJ, my Selenium, Cucumber Manager, Cucumber options. I set up my system and I was able to follow up with what others were doing. And this is my artifacts for the Melvin. And this is also a sample of some of the stories I wrote, the cookies. Then that took me to sprint 3. Sprint 3 was mostly all about IntelliJ. We kickstarted 100% for IntelliJ, and we started writing our codes. And most of these codes we are gotten from the Melvin. And also our one of our teachers, Oni, the person that took us on this automation installation, she was really good. She made us to follow the codings line by line, and we also ran a test. And when we called the Chrome driver to fill an automation form from us, it was successful, and we are able to do it without errors. And that's a sample of it on my screen. And then those files were built and run successfully without errors. And also we had some radio buttons which we are able to work on, and they were able to click positively. At the end of this sprint 3, they gave us a task to do, which was to automate some of the PBIs we wrote. And I was able to do the sign up step dev and also the menu and contact us and some other ones. That's a sample of it, the artifacts on my screen now. And that took me to sprint 4. In sprint 4, we went deeply into assertion. We had the assert true, the assert false, the boolean, and we made use of it on the IntelliJ on the IntelliJ environment. And conclusion, the primary objective of testing is to ensure quality assurance to the end users. testers will stand in between the gap for the product owners and the primary end users. We ascertain quality. We ensure that what is being used is 100% efficient or 98 efficient at least. Yeah. Testing is also a continuous process, and there is no exhaustive testing. When you test and you find bugs, you retest until it is bug-free. Yeah. I also want to say special thank you to God Almighty, and also to all the mentors, all the mentees, the founder of this program, to everybody, the facilitators. I want to say special thank you to you guys, and also to my team, Team Legend. I want to say a very big thank you to you guys. It was really good working with you guys. Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Augusta. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Zikia, Esther, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. All right, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Damilala Oyewale, and this is my presentation for the 3-month internship at Blue Sky Citadel. Introduction, and at the introduction, I attended all the onboarding process, attended general meetings, and then the usage of tools were taught. I was introduced to Agile Framework methodology, business analysis, data, Scrum Master, and all the team because of the time, and all the team members that are needed to work in Agile Framework. I learned the duties and roles of the team member above. This allowed me to be able to deal with each one as situation permits during the internship. I also learned, we were also introduced to how to escalate for escalation procedure. This gives information on how to report issue even when you're still in the real life job. So we jumped into sprint 0. I got introduced to Scrum ceremony, daily stand-up. We went for break session during the suggestion group. We voted, and then we find ourselves naming our team Optimize Tech Champion, but were later shortened to Optimize. I joined my team Chacha, which team we did documentation that defined the purpose of the team. And like I said, I attended several daily stand-up and learned how to communicate with a team member. I also attended the introduction to the Azure DevOps board, and then I was able to attend to the PBI information on the board. Attended some classes, and then summary we learn about manual testing, defect testing, and all several things, scenario about testing. I was introduced to testing software, the salary, the defect, the failure. I attended my spring demo, which I represented my team in the group in doing the first presentation. Sprint 1, also like I said, the class continue, assist the class in recording the class training, and then get it uploaded to the YouTube. If I jump, I helped also to coordinate with the buddies and the mentors with the QA members under my care. Maybe anyone has any issue, I was able to assist and solve the problem. Also, it is in the sprint 1 also that I learned how to write my test cases in BDD format, both in Excel sheet and both in DevOps board. So that's what I was able to do. Sprint 1 continued, was able to formulate a comprehensive test plan. I did a lot of collaboration with other members of the team. I assigned duty, like I mentioned before, and write excellent BDD test cases. I assist in compiling team member presentation, make the presentation an excellent one at the end of sprint 1. This is some little artifacts of what I did in sprint 1, writing my BDD and on the board, and also like the teacher told us to do, writing our BDD format in Excel sheet.
1 minute left.
Spring 2, I attended automation testing, installed some software, and then get trained also in some others. Also did some sprint planning, deployed assurance review. These are my artifacts of what I did also in Spring 2, installation and all that. In Spring 3, I continue attending my daily stand-up, continuous integration and development, quality assurance. I actively participate in the daily stand-up. Like I said, we wrote at this time that's when we started working on automation, and I did some writing my code on automation for the project that we're doing. In Spring 3 continue, and there are 6 other members doing their installation. In Spring 4, I was able to also continue my daily stand-up, collaborate with the developer when
Time up.
we find a bug, and we send it back to the developer, they correct it, and we're able to get it done on time. Through this sprint for still continue, I still write my test cases in Devon, testing, doing automating testing, and also helping members of the group. These are my general artifact of what I've done so far. Thank you very much.
Your time start now.
Hello?
Bamidele Lawal, they are sharing screen for you. Are you aware?
Yeah, I'm aware.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Blue Sky Citadel UK report presented by Lawal Bamidele Emmanuel. Please close up. So the introduction. Software testing is the process of preparations and evaluations of the computer programs, procedures, and data pertaining to the operations of a computer systems or work product to determine that they satisfy specific requirements and fit for purpose. So testing can be of 2 types. We have static or dynamic testing. Static testing can come in a way whereby you detect faults without acting on it. But the dynamic testing occurs when you detect fault and you act on the fault and rectifies it. Then testing is necessary because we all made mistakes, so we may not notice the flaw in what we have done, and software bugs could be expensive or even dangerous, which can cause monetary and human loss. So for example, in May 1996, a software bug caused the bank account of 823 customers of a major US bank to be credited with a sum of 920 million US dollars. Then we have times used in testing. We have mistakes, error, defects, bugs, and failures. So mistakes can occur when everybody sees, but when it got to testers end, then it turns to defects or bugs. But when the tester failed, when the developer failed, and at the end it got to the end product or the end user, then it becomes a failure. Scroll up. Then we have software testing rules. We have test architect, technical tester, testing tool specialist, test automation specialist, test environment specialist. We have test managers, business tester, then defect and quality expert. Then my training and work done at Blue Sky Citadel. The internship with Blue Sky Citadel London has been a so educating one. Being software tester, I have played my own role by ensuring I perform and show the quality, the ability and functionalities of software application by Reticon's website project. Through the help of Blue Sky Citadel London internship, some quality of software testers had been imparted in me, such as analytical skill, collaboration, persistence, adaptability, attention to details, critical thinking, and I believe those qualities which I have gained will allow me as a quality assurance software tester to contribute significantly to the success of software development projects and the delivery of high quality Verticon website project. And then this internship started on the 11th of January 2024, which marked the beginning of my journey as Blue Star started. After meeting up with the onboard terms and conditions, which was filed on the 12th of January 2024, I was asked to join the QA Software Tester Telegram program on the 15th of January 2024. And aside that, we also informed to log in into Azure Devon and open an account there. And then general training commences properly the same day with introduction to custom master. Then I learned the various custom ceremonies.
1 minute left.
To the interactive and incremental development process. So we have introduction. Yeah. So we had introductions to business analysis, which started on the 16th of January 2024 and so on. Several things were taught. Then on the 19th of January, we had the sessions on introduction to data analysis and introduction to project management and project planning. Please scroll up. So the career development sessions on the series hold every Thursday. So where we present our CV, we edit CV, and also then pastoral care is a spiritual program that has helped us a lot. Please scroll up. So the first method of testing was manual testing, which is the type of software testing where tester manually execute test case without using any automation tools. So we have the manual exploring, we have the test execution, different reports, and integration testing. Please scroll up. Then the second one is automation testing, whereby you do it automation.
That's 5 minutes.
Please scroll through the remaining quickly.
Yeah, test performed during internship program. Unit 1, Unit 3.
Keep going, essay. Thank you. All right. So thank you so much, Bamidele. Okay.
Welcome.
Next person, essay yourself.
Hi, everyone, and good evening. My name is Ogunyemi Ese, and I am here to give a final presentation on the just concluded internship, which began in January. To begin with, what is quality assurance? This is a system.
Sorry, I said 1 minute. I think your
Emmanuel, you are muted, one. Secondly, it's not in presentation mode yet.
Can you please go to the first slide? Okay, I'm Emmanuel Ainde, and I'm presenting my internship journey at Blue Sky Citadel. Next. Okay, the internship orientation structure and onboarding session, which was held on 11 January 2024, marked the beginning of my internship journey at Blue Sky Citadel, and the general training proper commenced with introduction to Scrum Mastery, where I learned the 3 pillars of Scrum, that is the transparency, inspection, and adaptation. This pillar of Scrum provided the foundation for collaboration, innovation, and continuous improvement within the Agile team. Now, there are other general sections that I attended, which are the team charter, the Scrum ceremonies, and other introduction to all other roles pertaining to the project. Next. Now, here are my key achievements as a software tester. I participated actively in all the Agile ceremonies. I reviewed project requirements to ensure a clear understanding of the expected behavior of the Red Icons web application project. I developed test plans that outline the testing strategies. I also created detailed test cases based on requirements and acceptance criteria for the PBIs. I executed the test cases to verify the functionality and performance of the web application. I also identified, document, and track defects in a systematic manner. I created bugs. I worked closely with developers, product owner, and other stakeholders to communicate testing progress. And also, I created and maintained automated test scripts to improve testing efficiency and coverage. I set up automation tests from scratch using Selenium, Cucumber, Java, and IntelliJ. And I also installed Node.js and set up Cypress on Visual Studio and created terminals for automation. Next. Okay, so I was introduced to the various software testing, both automation and manual testing. Now, the primary objective of software testing is to identify defects or bugs and ensure that the software delivers the intended functionalities, reliability, performance, and user experience. Testing was performed at various stages of the software development lifecycle from Sprint 1 to the current stage of the Red Icons web application project. Next. So now, manual testing is a type of software testing where testers manually execute test cases without using any automation tools. So I was granted access to the tester's account that enabled me to test more accurately and effectively on the Azure DevOps. The key aspect of the manual testing that I explored include the test planning. So I was able to develop a test plan for my team, and I also conducted test execution. I executed all the test plan. I reported defects accordingly. Next. Now, here are some of the software testing tools that I was exposed to. Next. Now, this is the component of the test strategies. Next. Next, please. Okay, this page displays the different the software development lifecycle and the software testing lifecycle. So now, okay, the defect lifecycle. This talks about. Go to the first life cycle, please. Okay, this is a sequence of steps or stages that a defect goes through from its identification to its resolution. So the stages of the defect life cycle included the open. We have the open when you newly identify. Please go to the next slide, please. Where the open where the software, where the defect is newly identified. Then we have the assigned when the defect is assigned to a developer to work on. We have in progress when the developer started working on it. So basically, those are the states of the bug. Next.
Time is up. Keep going.
Next, please. Okay. Next. Samuel, please. Okay, see, this is the test case and execution of Azure DevOps. So this is another test case. Next.
20 more seconds.
Now, this is an example of bug race showing the repro steps. Go next. Samuel, please be fast. Okay, this is the testing interface of the tester's account showing the tests that pass and the ones. So this is my environment variable for Java and Maven. And this is the command prompt to show if it was properly tested. And this is the interface on the IntelliJ where I have, this is the code for my test runner. This is the test engine. Next.
Time up.
And okay, this is my POM file. Next. Okay, this is the automation page for the Blue Sky Citadel page, and this is for the PBIs that these are some of my artifacts. Just keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Thank you. All right.
Nadine. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Abimbola Olaide, and I'm one of the QA in Optimize. So, for the Sprint Zero, we did the onboarding and we learned about Azure DevOps, and we did introduction to manual testing. So, for the Sprint One, so where the goals of Sprint One was simply for the header, for the home page. That's the header of the mentorship website, the body, and so during that time we learned about the manual testing and different testing methodologies.
Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah.
So we got our definition of ready and definition of done. Then we also made our test plan, which we told everyone need to do their test plan and their test strategy as an assignment. So this a test case that I wrote for the header, which I tested, and this is the footer design that I also wrote. So, and this is the manual testing. So, and these are for the fail, and some of them failed and some of them passed, which was I created a bug on and was assigned to the developer. Yeah, for Sprint One. And right to my left, it was completed in Sprint Two. So because we had to do regression testing, which is simply a testing whereby we have to retest it after the developer fixed the bug. So for Sprint 2, we did sign up, login, the profile, the header, and automation. We started building our automation framework, which was going to be used to test our Optimize. So and this is the installation of Java and simply installation of IntelliJ and how to create a new project and the plugins we actually need for the automation. So and this is another test case I wrote for the About Us, which and this is the test results where we use our tester account. So and this shows that the result passed, the test passed. And this is the bug that I raised concerning the About Us. Then why for the sprint? And so these are the goals for Sprint 3. So the automation of some mentorship feature, the user profile to create, to edit, and to view the user profile. So, and this is a sample of my automation for the login page. So the test case was written by another member of the team. So, but this is the automation that I wrote for the login page. Why the login page test object, and this is the login step definition. And for the sign up page, this is also the and this is the result for the sign up page. So, and this is the test case for the join as a mentor, and and this is the bug raise concerning the mentor page. And for Sprint 4 automation, I also automated the get started. And also I also automated the password reset PBI that the BA wrote on.
1 minute left.
So that's all. Thank you.
Presentation mode.
During our Sprint Zero, we attended a daily stand-up. We introduced to our colleagues, the business analyst, CEO, product owner, and data analysts and everyone, and we get to meet ourselves, introduce ourselves on the project and what we have to do. And we are as well introduced to the introduction to testing, to manual testing per se. So we learned a lot about our different types of projects and different types of testing that we have, in which we will talk about that next week. So regarding manual testing, we introduced to different types of testing, which is dynamic testing and functional, dynamic and functionality testing, and also we have different types of testing. Sorry, please, thank you. I need to do this. Let's go back to the previous. Here are sprint one goals home page to test the other body and footer of the mentorship website. So we were able to work on our own page, test the other and the body and the footer of the mentorship website, which took us a lot of time and practical time per se to do. So next, please. Our definition of ready. Sorry, the user definition of ready. We tend to learn about our definition of ready. The user specification must have a clear and concise acceptance criteria. Then we have to the availability and readiness of the test environment are also very important. And the definition of ready as well, we tend to understand that we have to always have the documentation of the test results, including any relevant report or artifact, and logging in and addressing all identified bugs and defects. And we were taught about test plan. So we tend to understand the approach I struggle with test planning and the usability and compatibility of test planning to various devices and browsers as well. So here we were taught about the objective, which is basically to manage and reduce any possible potential risk per se. Yes, to manage any potential risk, the objective of the test plan. And this is also responsible for, next week. So these are test strategies. So we talked about test strategy as well. So we tend to understand our testing types, which is our functional and non-functional testing. So on our testing technique, which is basically exploratory technique testing, manual testing, and automation testing. And also we fully practical on our manual and automation as well. Yes.
30 seconds left.
Next, please. Next. So the first test cases are written after that, and our goals we're working on our sign-up cases, and then we created our automation framework. Right. So this is the test case for our test private report tool.
Can you round up in 30 seconds now?
Okay. Next. This is the solution of the solution. Next. Next. So this is basically how we're going to install our IntelliJ framework and everything. And then we're going to create a new folder, and then we'll write.
Esther, keep going to the end. Esther, keep going to the end.
Yeah, environment variables as well. This is very important. information wrongly. Yes, so this is how we're going to create our new project and our Cucumber files and everything. Yes, our picture files as well, and our step definition, which is very important in PDD format. So these are Sprint 4 goals. So thank you, and sorry that was quick.
Yeah, thank you. End of program reports prepared by Uvios on Friday, Stephen. Quality assurance software testing, Blue Sky Citadel. The journey so far. The first week, we did an introduction to internship, where we were introduced to different programs in the institute. We have introduction to Scrum Mastery, business analysis, software testing, agile delivery, and the likes. Then we also were introduced to Scrum ceremonies and how Scrum ceremonies being organized to navigate and also to share with all other roles in the team. We also introduced to daily stand-up, which was a major occurrence for our team. I partake in this so as to make sure we facilitate with each of our team members to make sure everything is done as all the work we have in the team. Then Sprint 0, introduction and familiarization of role members. We introduce and we also familiarize with all our role members. Also, introduction to lecture on definition of testing. About software testing we introduced to and how it goes and how it's run. Also, we'll talk about who is a software tester and what is it to be tested. So all these are what we partake on and which is key in the journey. The 7 guidelines of testing, the fundamental of testing, and what to do to ensure a test is properly done. So we also told and know that we have a manual testing and automation testing, which is a major thing to note in the software testing quality assurance. Azure DevOps setup, we were set up and we were given access to Azure DevOps. We were given an invite, email was sent to us to have access to Azure DevOps, the Sprint 1. Then in Sprint 1, we talk about stages of software development life cycles. We talk about stages. We also talk about software testing life cycles, and we look at the difference between software development life cycles and software testing life cycles, where we know that the two work hand in hand. As a developer, we have a life cycle, and also as a tester, we have a life cycle to follow. Now we talk about test defect. If we are making tests, if we are running a test on a particular testing environment, there should be defects. And so all these defects were highlighted and which we take note. And some were also reported to the developer to work on. And this is the life cycle of a bug and defect. In Sprint 2, we're talking about automation testing. We introduced to automation testing, and some of the tools we introduced to us, which is Maven, Selenium, Java, Cucumber. And Cucumber is actually a plugin of which we use in the IntelliJ IDE. We use Java Maven, and the plugins we use Gherkin, and we also use Cucumber for Java. These are the artifacts to show all this. Environment variable setup for Java and Maven on Windows. So to set up our IntelliJ and also our Java, we have to initiate these environment variables to make sure this software work very well on our system. Then command prompts, testing that this software are well installed on our system. This is artifact for it. This the interface for IntelliJ showcasing the dependencies. Test cases writing. I write test cases on all the PBIs that were published, that were populated on the board on the Azure DevOps to make sure we are able to participate and also to run a proper testing on each of the PBIs. In Sprint 3, test cases and test execution using tester account. We are given access to tester accounts where we're able to run a manual testing on
1 minute left.
This is the environment, testing environment, and the manual testing that we run upon it. This is the tester account demo, the IntelliJ ID interface, automation process in IntelliJ. We are running automation process on the automation form in IntelliJ. So this is artifact about that. In Sprint 4, We talk about version control, why we need version control, and what it entails to have a version control. Also, and part of the version control we were introduced to was JIT, and how we'll be able to use JIT to keep our code secure and be able to have access to it and a better working experience with all other team members. Then this is a JIT showing the branch. Also, we are introduced to automation with Cypress. This is an interface showing a Cypress when we are running automation with it. Thank you for listening.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, this is Thompson Omojo, a QA in elite team. So, okay, this is overview of everything I've done in this training. The first thing I did was I set up my Azure DevOps board and created an account on Microsoft team, and also create my own personalized CV from the training we had. And I was selected as a role lead in my team. And due to this, I was able to set up role meeting on Microsoft team, bringing members together, coordinating and facilitating meetings. And as a quality assurance tester, I work on the tasks that were commented on our Azure board by our BA. Then I proceeded to wrote some test cases, verify tasks, and to see if it meets the demand and requirement of the business owner. So, and I proceeded to installations and configurations of automation software, which are Java, IntelliJ, and Maven. Then even install some plugins like Cucumber. Then after that, I set up my IntelliJ framework, creating a project, importing POM dependencies, and also creating feature files in the IntelliJ framework. Then also, we were taught how to find locators on a website, and through the locators, we were able to get the expert and class and name ID of the locators, which will enable us to implement some drivers elements and making us on some testing on these application softwares. So, and I proceeded to input assertion to my step definition file in my IntelliJ framework using scenario outline and how to use example sessions to run testing. Then lastly, I set up my Jira board. So in the next, I'll be showing you my artifact of the work done in this training. Okay, this is the artifact of me creating my Microsoft account and setting up my Azure board with my team members. As you can see, this is Team Elite Azure DevOps, and this is my Microsoft account. Then the test cases I wrote, this is it in BDD format. These are the screenshots. I think this is for sprint 1. Yes, these are I work on the home menu and logo. So I wrote test cases on that in BDD format. Then next, these are another. I think this should be for sprint 2. Yes. The installation of softwares. When installing the software, there's this command prompt we are being given to verify if it was well being installed. So this is my own artifact of after I've installed those softwares, and this is confirmation that they were being installed. Then this is my IntelliJ framework. This is my pump dependency. I imported it and it's working well. Okay, so we wrote the test cases into the inquiry page feature files, and it was in Gherkin format. So this is my own test note that was being written in inquiry page features. Okay, so this is the Google form. Is that Google form? This is a form we used to test the results, and this was the result after I run those tests. After I followed everything we have been taught by our trainer in the training. So this was the results. It ran successfully, and this was the result in my framework that the test passed, the scenario passed, and as you can see it here, the scenario passed, and all the 15 steps that were input there ran successfully. Okay, thank you. That was all for my presentation. Thank you everyone for having me.
Already, so you can.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Presentation mode. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
We lost you. We lost you.
Everyone, my name is Adele Benjamin at Blue Sky Saturday as a software quality assurance tester. These are the outlines of my slides. Blue Sky Saturday UK over the period of 3 months. And the internship is divided into sprint, from sprint 0 to sprint 4. I was onboarded to Team Legend, and what software testing is all about. Software testing is an activity that is executed to demonstrate that a software, package, program, system, web app, mobile app is working as testing and automated testing. In manual testing, tester will execute tests without any tools, while in automated testing, tester execute test cases with a tool. And these are the different between manual and automated testing. Why do we test? We test software in order to avoid software failure and to eliminate faults as early as possible. And these are to reduce cost, to preserve customer satisfaction. These are the roles and responsibility of a software tester. And these are the general software testing principles. Test defects are failure. An error is a mistake lead to a defect, which can cause an observed failure. The error is a human mistake. An error appears not only due to the logical mistake in the code. Make a mistake during the different phase of software development, and the error will now lead to defect or bug, which now result in system failure. Defect life cycle. This is the defect life cycle. The defect life cycle is a structured process that outlines the stages a defect undergo from its identification to its closure. This is the diagram for the defect life cycle. Software development life cycle. I was taught about the software development life cycle, which start from the strategy. And strategy involves the planning, analysis, and requirement gathering. And the next life cycle is design, development, testing, which is the main thing we QAs are doing in the testing in software development cycle. Deployment, and lastly, maintenance. Software testing life cycle. Software testing is part of ADS and focus specifically on testing. SCLC include activities like test planning, test case development, test execution, defect tracking, and closure. This is the graphical representation of different types of software testing and the different levels they are. Test case. A test case refers to the action required to verify a specific feature or functionality in software testing. And the test case.
1 minute to go.
Oh, okay. Test plan. Test plan is a document that contains the approach, objective, resources, and for a specific testing effort. And these are the steps to develop a test plan. Test management. Test management refers to the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling all aspects of testing within a project or organization. And it involves test plan, test design, test execution, exit criteria, and test reporting. Automation testing. I was also taught about automation testing. And automation testing is the use of automated tools and script to perform tests on software application with the goal of reducing testing efforts. These are the common automation tools we use in automation testing. And I was exposed to Azure DevOps, Jira, IntelliJ, Cucumber, and Selenium. And these are the artifacts of my test case. This is artifact.
The time is up.
These are the artifacts of my test case. This is the artifact of one of the bugs that I raised. This is the artifact of my intelligent interface. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Ogunyemi Ese, and I am here to give a final presentation of the just concluded internship, which actually began in January. To begin with, quality assurance, as we can say, is the systematic process of ensuring that products meet specified requirements and standards, and it also encompasses different processes, the methodologies and techniques which are aimed at delivering high quality products and services. During the course of the whole internship, we were introduced to different tools, the Agile DevOps, the Java, the IntelliJ, and other tools also. And then these are as you can see on the screens, are the activities common to each and every sprint. Each sprint consisted of 2 weeks, in which every first day of the beginning of every sprint, we had the sprint planning, and we, the QAs, were involved in estimation alongside the developers. In sprint 0, we were onboarded onto the program and were also shared into different teams, in which my team name was collectively agreed to be Eagles, to be named Eagles. And then in sprint 1, the header and the footer menu of the mentor skill landing page was verified and bugs were raised where necessary, and developers' attention were called to them. The header menu and the header menu to be verified were the home, about us, login, find the mentor, contact us, sign up, and also the get started. And the footer menu was the terms and conditions, privacy policy, and the feel free to ask questions. This is an artifact showing the test case that I wrote to verify the footer menu. And also this is a report written showing the test conditions and steps on the mentor skill website, and also the actual and the expected results for the sprint 1 tasks given. And next was the sprint 2, where we were introduced to automation tools, Java, Maven, and IntelliJ, and we're also given the testers account permission. In this sprint, I also wrote test cases and executed test runs on the mentor skill website during the sprint. This shows the environment variables while setting up for automation. We were also, while we were giving the testers account permission, this on the screen, we can see that there are slight differences between our normal Azure DevOps account and the testers account, in which the difference is the test plan, which we use in our test running. During the course of this sprint 2 also, I wrote test case for successful login and unsuccessful login, aside other test cases for other tasks given. And this is showing this artifact showing the login for successful login, and also this is showing for the unsuccessful login. Yeah, we also onto automation. We also created a project on IntelliJ. We added dependencies, we imported POM files, page object, we downloaded Cucumber and Gherkin onto it, and also created step definitions. As you can see on the screen, this is for the future. This is the feature and the step definition for the automation page, which Koyin taught us, and we followed the steps on how to do it. Also moving on to sprint 3, here shows the artifact of the verified password reset test run. And also tasks were given to us by DG in this sprint to automate PBIs. And here is an artifact showing the about us and the feature step definition in which I worked on. This is for the about us. And also this is a very, this is the, in this last sprint of sprint 4, we worked on the verification of the payment gateway, which is the PayPal and the Stripe. And also here shows the privacy policy test case that I wrote. Here also is the contact us feature and the step definitions I did the way Oyin taught us with examples.
30 seconds to go.
Here is a privacy policy button bug that I raised. There's also start as a mentee with example that I did on my own also. I want to especially thank the Blue Sky Citadel for this program. In these past few months, I was able to know and understand better what software testing entails, and I have really gotten to love it. And I also became more confident in myself. I'm more knowledgeable than before the internship, all thanks to Blue Sky Citadel, the facilitator Olawumi, my fellow team members, and also to Dami, who is always there to help me record whenever I'm not available, maybe due to network or any other issues I have. And also thank you to my lovely mentor and everyone involved in this program. Thank you.